NLWN-TV presents Countdown to Classic, where we preview today's Classic Wissota Racing action. Countdown to Classic is brought to you by Rock Solid Transport. If you need something hauled, Rock Solid Transport can help you get it there, and by Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls. Stop into Rookies and watch the races with racers. And now, Countdown to Classic.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios, where tonight on Countdown to Classic, we're getting ready to look back at the races from the Eagle Valley Speedway on July 31st last summer. John Fellin's here, and before we get to tonight's replay, we'll look at why the races on July 31st were the Don Hazelton Memorial. But before that, I had the chance to sit down with Don Hazelton's son Darrell and Darrell's cousin Travis as they talk about the impact of racing on the Hazelton family. We'll have that conversation for you right after this pit stop. You're watching Countdown to Classic on NLWN-TV.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood, or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go.
Welcome back to Countdown to Classic. We're getting ready to bring you a rebroadcast of the races at the Eagle Valley Speedway from July 31st, 2020. The races on July 31st were designated as the Don Hazelton Memorial and were a tribute to the legacy of the race driver Don Hazelton. Don was the patriarch of the legendary Hazelton local racing family. He had many passions, not the least of which was his family, racing, and the Green Bay Packers. In addition, we have a full slate of Wissota Racing action from that night. All of that coming up next on Classic Wissota Racing Action. You've been watching Countdown to Classic on NLWN-TV.
Yeah, I know. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, just
Look at that, it's so sad.
You've been watching Countdown to Classic on NLWN-TV. Countdown to Classic has been presented by Rock Solid Transport and Rookies Pub. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Classic Wissota Racing Action.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. NLWN-TV welcomes you to Classic Wissota Racing Action. We hope to help get you ready for the 2021 racing season as we replay some of the races from last summer. Classic Wissota Racing Action is brought to you by Rock Solid Transport. Regardless of what you need hauled, Rock Solid can help you get it there. And Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls, where you can watch the races with racers. Now, let's head back to last summer and check out some Classic Wissota Racing Action.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway in Jim Falls, Wisconsin with Wissota Racing Action. I'm John Fellins, alongside me is Rick Olson. We're going to have the street stocks, the Midwest Modifieds, the Super Stocks, the Beer Stocks, the Wissota Modifieds, the Hornet, all of that, along with the the EDI Nordson Don Hazelton Memorial with Northern Vintage Racing. We're going to have all of that and more right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
EDI has called Chippewa Falls home since it was established in 1971. The innovation-focused and employee-driven company recently built a new state-of-the-art facility in the Lake Wissota Business Park, cementing our place in the community for years to come. Nordson is proud to support the communities and organizations that mean the most to our employees and their families by giving back through donations, grants, scholarships, and volunteerism. So to learn more about the Nordson Impact, visit our webpage at www.nordson.com. Also, tonight's show will be Meet the Drivers. I believe we're going to be doing that at intermission. Also, tonight is also a racing in memory of Don Hazelton. And the Hazelton family has thrown an extra $100 to all feature winners tonight. And they're giving an extra $50 on second and $50 on third in each class as well. We'll be giving away one boys' bike, one girls' bike tonight. A big thanks to Larson Heating and Cooling. Dan Larson Sr., Dan Larson Jr., thank you guys very, very much for coming up with that. Also, don't forget the sprint cars are on the card August 21st. It'll be the 4th annual Upper Midwest Sprint Car Show. Also, I'd like to take the time to thank all our sponsors that are with us for the 2020 season. Haas & Sons Incorporated, Park Ridge Distributing for all your Budweiser products. Goulet's Auto in Chippewa Falls, Collision Center Auto Body Repair of Chippewa Falls. They deliver complete auto, light truck, and RV collision repair. Tim's Automotive Machine of Bloomer, Southwood, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, River Country Co-op, and Scenic Stations. Credit King of Chippewa Falls, Rock Auto. All the parts your car will ever need at rockauto.com. Also, Baxter Engines of Eau Claire, Baxter's Speed Shop at Dorchester, Express Disposal of Thorpe, Art Snowmobile and ATV of Cornell, new and used parts and accessories for snowmobiles, ATVs, and UTVs. They're located between Bloomer and Cornell. Clearview Auto Glass in Bloomer, The Edge on Lake Wissota, Northwest Coin Machine Company of Bloomer for all of your amusement and vending needs, Mitch Shackleton of Heavy Haul, JP Mechanical Plumbing and Heating of Oliva, Dan Heindel Electric in Abbotsford, Jaco Plumbing and Heating of Abbotsford, and Union Trailer and Power Sports of Chippewa Falls. So once again, parents and kids, during intermission, you'll be able to go down on the racetrack for Meet the Drivers. And speaking of that, kids, we have a selection of checkered flags in the concession stand on sale tonight for $2. So if you do not have one, get mom and dad, get you down to the concession stand, get that checkered flag, and have your favorite driver autograph that at Meet the Drivers at intermission. Also, big thanks to Jake Stye throwing $100 on 5th place in the modified feature, $100 on 5th place in the Midwest Modifieds, $100 on 5th place in the Super Stocks, and he'll split up $100 for 5th place for the Street Stocks, Pure Stocks, and Hornets. So once again, a big thanks to the Nordson family for helping out with tonight's show, Nordson Extrusions, right here in Chippewa Falls. We certainly do appreciate you coming on board, sponsoring tonight's show. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're about set to kick off tonight's show. If I could have everyone please rise, gentlemen, please remove your hats. First of all, before we kick things off, as you can see, there's an assortment of race cars, and there are Hazeltons and Hallquists, and all people that were very, very close with Don Hazelton. So, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and against red land, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
And thank you, Scott. And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. It is the Don Hazelton Memorial tonight, presented by EDI Nordson with Northern Vintage Racing. We're going to have a full slate of heat races and features for you tonight, and we're going to start it off with the street stocks. We have 3 street stock heat races for you tonight. The first one is going to be 7 drivers, 8 laps. Starting on the pole for that first heat race is the 12K of Cody Coomer out of Medford, Wisconsin. On the outside of the front row is Andrew Hansen from Iron River, Wisconsin in car 20. Starting in third is Dalton Hazelton from New Auburn, Wisconsin in 2D. In fourth is Danny Richards from Mondovi, Wisconsin in the 3R. In fifth is Ty Agent from Chippewa Falls in the 26. In sixth is the car of Kyle Gannett out of Auburndale in the 16X. And in seventh is going to be Warren Hansen from Downing, Wisconsin in car 12. Rick, we just seen a very beautiful memorial to Mr. Hazelton there.
A lot of friends and family making the trip around the track during the national anthem in their cars, and it was, you're right, it was a very nice tribute to Don Hazelton that they did at the beginning. They're doing a little bit of surfacing work on the track right now. John, we have 20 racers in the street stocks.
Yeah,
that's a nice night of racing here for the street stocks.
And as I look through here, yeah, we got 7 in the first heat race, 7 in the second heat race, and 6 in the last heat race. And that's going to bring us into one big main, but it should be fun. I suspect the streeters are going to be out here in just a second. And there's been a few extra purse ads tonight. And we should be looking forward to that.
And they're getting close to letting the cars on the track for the street stocks. And so why don't we take a brief pit stop and we'll come back with street stock action. Right after this, you're watching Wissota Racing action from Eagle Valley Speedway on NLWN-TV.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We're going to get ready for our first of 3 street stock heat races.
That's easy for you to say.
The cars are about to get the 1 to go here as the water truck pulls on the track. So they're going to give them the 2 to go one more time. We'll stick with you here for a second.
The best laid plans.
You never know what's going to happen. We're going to go through the starting lineup again for you real quick. Starting on the pole is the 12K of Cody Coomer. In second is the 20 of Andrew Hansen. Starting in third is Dalton Hazelton in the 2D. Danny Richards outside of him in the 3R. Starting on the inside of the third row is Ty Agent in the 26. And Kyle Gannett on the outside in the 16X. Rounding out the field will be the 12 of Warren Hansen.
And Danny Richards just came on the track. They still have a caution. They're sending him down. That water truck just put a bunch of water down on the inside about turn 3. And so they want to pack that down a little bit.
And Rick, part of this is they just had that beautiful memorial for Mr. Hazelton out here. And they had a lot of cars out here. They did a ride-along session with somebody. They had what I assume to be a licensing session.
Well, they are getting them ready. He's still pointing to the inside of the track, wanting them to work that part of the track in.
Yeah. Brownie's down there directing traffic, and Danny Richards taking the outside lane around here right now.
Well, he's trying to get into his starting spot.
Yeah, he wants to get going, and as he should. He's had a pretty good year out here.
He'll be in spot number 4, so it's the outside of the second row. Yeah. And now they're getting the one to go, John.
They're getting the one to go. All right.
So let's send it over to Scott Teets for the call of the race.
So caution lights will drop down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. Cody Coomer, Andrew Hansen, a pair of 4-time feature winners getting set to lead this field to the green flag. 8 laps to distance. Here we go on Nordson Extrusion Dies Night. Cody Coomer will lead lap 1 in the 12. Andrew Hansen is there. He's going to bring Danny Richards along in the 3R. Dalton Hazelton will follow as he battles with Jeanette. Jeanette going to work upstairs in the 2D. They'll drag race door to door down the back straightaway. Then it's Ty Agent and Warren Hansen to round out the field. Cody Coomer continues to lead here early in the 12. Coomer, Andrew Hansen, Danny Richards. Richards going to look underneath Hansen. Jeanette continues to battle with Dalton Hazelton for 4th. Cody Coomer from inside of row 1 trying to put some distance on Andrew Hansen in the 3R of Danny Richards. Jeanette now has made his way past the 2D of Dalton Hazelton. He'll set his sights on the 3R of Danny Richards. Coomer, Hansen, Richards, Jeanette, Hazelton, Ty Agent, and Warren Hansen. That is your field. Cody Coomer continues to stretch it. How about the Medford, Wisconsin racer in 12? Cody Coomer trying to run away and hide and have Andrew Hansen and Danny Richards battle behind him. Kyle Jeanette still 4th. Hazelton is 5th. Ty Agent and Warren Hansen, that is your field. It has been all Cody Coomer here in Heat 1 for your Wissota Street Stocks. This time by white flag waving high above the Eagle Valley Speedway for Cody Coomer in 12. Coomer just cruising down the back straightaway. Andrew Hansen and Danny Richards going to battle. Your leader will drive into turn 3. Off of turn 4 on Nordson Extrusion Night. Your winner at 12, Cody Coomer.
And winning that heat race is the 12K of Cody Coomer. Finishing 2nd is going to be the 20 of Andrew Hansen, and finishing 3rd is going to be the 3R of Danny Richards. And Danny Richards was making a run for it at the end and just
couldn't quite get around Andrew Hansen. Hansen had track position on him, and Danny Richards tried inside, he tried outside, and just couldn't quite get around him.
And he had a go at coming off of turn 2 and just couldn't get it there. We're going to go ahead and get the lineups going here for the 2nd heat race. Starting on the pole of the 2nd heat race is Colby Keel out of Barron, Wisconsin in the 9K. Starting 2nd on this heat race is Alex Minks out of Bruce, Wisconsin in the 22. John Kabasic out of Fall Creek in the 96 is 3rd. 4th is Parker Anderson from Phillips, Wisconsin in the 27P. Starting in 5th is Kyle Howland from Zimmerman, Minnesota in the 05. Rick, I'm going to let you
Doug
say...
Wojciech from Ladysmith.
And rounding out this field is Cole Richards from Mondovi, Wisconsin in the 1R.
And I didn't see if they got the one to go.
I do not believe so. He was waving the flag. Right now we have 5th place in points, Parker Anderson in this race.
And Cole Richards, who is a rookie, by the way.
Oh, yeah, who's in 3rd. I missed that. I'm looking at the point standings. We brought a copy with us, Rick, and Cole Richards is sitting 239 points back. They're getting the 2 to go here. Currently leading the points in this division is Cody Coomer, who just won his first heat
Check
race.
that, John. It's the 1 to go.
It's the 1 to go. We're going to send it to Mr. Chiefs over in the booth.
So getting set to do it, heat 2 of 3. Awesome to see 3 Wissota Street Stock heat races tonight. These drivers getting set for the 26th annual Street Stock Little Dream Race on Tuesday night at the Rice Lake Speedway. $25,000 went to Jimmy Randall a year ago. Going to try and get that purse up there again on a Tuesday night. So Kobe Keel, Alex Minks, John Kasboski, Parker Anderson, Kyle Howland, as I mentioned, your feature winner in Ogilvie on Saturday night. Doug Wycheck, Cole Richards, here we go, 8 laps, green flag waving. Colby Keel will jump out front early. He'll bring Parker Anderson along in the 27P, and then it's the 27X of Doug Wycheck. Alex Minks will settle into 4th, and it's Kyle Howland, your first 5. Colby Keel's got company at Parker Anderson as Anderson looks to the outside. Colby Keel continues to lead. Keel going to run right through the middle of the Eagle Valley Speedway. Parker Anderson will slide up. Doug Wycheck is there now in 27X. Keel, Anderson, Wycheck trying to stretch it on Kyle Howland, Cole Richards, Alex Minks, and John Kasboski. That is your field. Keel, Parker Anderson, Doug Wycheck. Colby Keel started inside of roll 1 and has stayed there. Parker Anderson get a lick to the inside off of turn 4. Here comes Anderson. Parker Anderson continues to work on Colby Keel as they drive down the back straightaway. Doug Wycheck is still 3rd. Kyle Howland is 4th. And then it's the 1R of Cole Richards rounding out your first 5. Alex Minks off into the pit area in 22. Parker Anderson now looking to the inside. John Kasboski going to go a lap down to Keel and Parker Anderson. Doug Wycheck is closing in the 27X. Here comes Parker Anderson again. Colby Keel trying to hang on. Parker Anderson looking for an opening. Doug Wycheck still there in the 27X, this time by white flag waving. One more trip around the Eagle Valley Speedway for Colby Keel. Colby Keel, your leader. Parker Anderson going to give it one more shot. Keel has led every lap into turn 3. Anderson is there. Off at turn 4, checkered flag waving high in the air for Colby Keel.
And Parker Anderson finishing 2nd, but giving it all he had, and he just didn't have enough. Colby Keel taking the heat race. Finishing 3rd in that heat race was the 27X of...
That was Doug Wycheck.
Wycheck there. And Parker Anderson, holy smokes, he had a run on Keel and had a lap car get in front of him and just killed his momentum. Frustrating, but it happens. We have the 3rd set of heat races pulling on track here. I'll give you a lineup real quick. Starting on the pole is Adam Saltis out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin in car 9. 2nd is going to be James Clausen from Barron, Wisconsin in 24. 3rd is Travis Lowe, last week's winner, out of Barron, Wisconsin in the 40. In 4th is Jake Keeson out of Weyerhaeuser, Wisconsin in 7. In 5th is Jared Linder from Greenwood, Wisconsin in 3J. And in 6th is Michael Kuma from Weyerhaeuser, Wisconsin in the T20. These racers are getting the 2 to go right here. Rick, we have a couple of heavy hitters in here in Saltis, Lowe.
Check that. I think we just gave them the 1 to go, John.
And they are giving them the 1 go. We're going to send it over to Scott Neves. They got ready.
Lear Trucking and Player Race Cars in T20. That should be Mike Tuma. So third and final Wissota Street Stock Heat Race of the night, Adam Saltis and James Clausen. That will be your front row, as I mentioned, the last Friday night's winner. Travis Lowe picked up his first ever in the 40. Jake Hession to the outside, Jared Linder, Mike Tuma. Here we go. Adam Saltis will lead early in the 9. Travis Lowe right there in the 40. James Clausen going to battle with the 7 of Jake Hession. Jared Linder in the T20 of Mike Tuma. That is your field. Adam Saltis continues to lead, but the 40 of Travis Lowe looking for an opening. Lowe going to look to the inside of Saltis. Saltis and Lowe continue to go at it. James Clausen having a great run, setting third. Jake Hession, Jared Linder, and Mike Tuma. That is your field. Travis Lowe looking to the inside of Adam Saltis. Jared Linder spinning into 3J, and the caution flag will wave here in Heat 3 for your Wissota Street Stocks. So 3 laps have been scored, 5 remain for Adam Saltis. Travis Lowe will start inside of the second row. James Clausen to the outside. Jake Hession in the 7. Mike Tuma in the T20. And Jared Linder will be charged with the caution. He'll drop to the back of the field. So 3 down, 5 remain. First of 2 Midwest Modified Heat races up right after this one. So Adam Saltis out front by himself, green flag flying again. Adam Saltis will jump out front once again. Travis Lowe going to settle into second. Jake Hession going to take advantage of the restart and work to the inside of Clausen. Jared Linder going to work to the inside of Tuma as they battle. Saltis and Travis Lowe having a battle. Jake Hession and James Clausen going at it. Jared Linder and Mike Tuma. Great battles all over the speedway. Saltis continues to lead. Travis Lowe trying to steal it from Adam Saltis. Lowe going to look to the inside, down the back straightaway. Saltis will hang on. Travis Lowe is still there. Laps winding down for your leader, Adam Saltis. Saltis, Travis Lowe, Clausen, and Hession continue to circle the Eagle Valley Speedway door to door, this time by white flag waving for Adam Saltis in 9. Final trip around the Eagle Valley Speedway. See if Adam Saltis can hang on, or it'll be Travis Lowe. Saltis, your leader into turn 3. Travis Lowe going to dive to the inside off of turn 4. Your winner will be Adam Saltis.
And Adam Saltis leading flag to flag here. Lowe giving it a shot here, trying to take the heat race. Finishing third is James Clausen out of Barron, Wisconsin. And Adam Saltis takes the heat race. Fans, is your check engine light on? Call First Choice Mobile Repairs to take care of the problem. That's 715-559-5219. First Choice Mobile Repairs makes house calls.
And fans, will be back with the Midwest Modifieds right after this brief pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We got the first of two Wissota Midwest Mods heat races. Starting on the pole is Steve Haas from Elk Mountain in the 6S. On the outside of the front road is David Galletti out of Chippewa Falls in the 24.
That's Dylan.
Dylan Gadel, excuse me, I butchered that name. Starting in third is Jason Olson out of Augusta and J-Lo. In fourth is Dan Larson Jr. out of Eau Claire and 34 Jr. In fifth is Matt Klaus from Kukas, excuse me, from Colfax, Wisconsin in the 89K. Derek Reed from Emerald, Wisconsin in the 13. Seventh is Derek Haas from Thorpe in the 80. 8 is Brian Pretzman in the 8 out of Cadott in 9th. And rounding out the field is Cole Mueller from Chippewa Falls in 13M. And ladies and gentlemen, they have gotten the one to go. We're going to hand it off to Scott Teves.
To Kurt Hazelton, throwing $1,000 throughout every driver of the field. So everybody's going to get a little extra money from Kurt Hazelton. And then a big thanks to Jake Stye. He threw in $100 on fifth for the mods, Midwest Mods, Supers, and $100 will be split amongst the Street Stocks, Pure Stocks, and Hornets. Here we go, first of two for your Midwest Modifieds. So under caution for the 89 of Matt Klukas, setting over in turn 4. Once again, a big thanks to everyone from the Nordson family. Thank you guys very, very much. Nordson Extrusion Dies. Nordson EDI has called Chippewa Falls home since it was established in 1971. The innovation-focused and employee-driven company recently built a new state-of-the-art facility in the Lake Wissota Business Park, cementing their place in the community for years to come. You want to learn more about Nordson Company, check them out online at www.nordson.com for more information. So one lap scored for Dylan Gadel. Once again, kids, if you do not have that checkered flag, get mom or dad back to the concession stand. Only $2. And your favorite drivers can sign that flag. You can take it home and have it forever. It's a really cool thing. So 1 down, 7 to go. Dylan Gadel coming right at you from row 1. Started inside, or he checked that outside of row 1 and trying to check out on Steve Haas and the rest of the field. Dan Larson Jr. going to battle with the 80 of Derek Haas. And then it's Brian Pretzman rounding out your first 5. Dylan Gadel's got it going on tonight. Your leader in 24. And we're under caution here once again for the 13M of Cole Mueller. So the caution flag will wave here once again. So 4 laps have been scored, 4 remain for Dylan Gadel. Steve Haas, Dan Larson Jr., Derek Haas, Brian Pretzman. Here we go again. Dylan Gadel continues to lead out front in the 24. Steve Haas going to battle with Dan Larson Jr. Haas slid up the racetrack. That opened the door for Larson, but the caution flag will wave here for the 3rd time in Heat 1 for your Midwest Modifieds. This time the 8 of Brian Pretzman. So 6 laps have been scored, 2 remain. Dylan Gadel led it right from the beginning. Chippewa Falls driver's been really, really good. He started outside of the front row. See if Steve Haas or Dan Larson Jr. have anything for him. Larson was inside the 6 down the back straightaway, but the caution flag flew for Pretzman, who was facing the wrong way over in turn 1. So going to try it again. First of 2 for your Midwest Modified Heat races tonight. Dylan Gadel, Steve Haas, Dan Larson Jr., Derek Haas. How about the 89 of Matt Kukas after an early race spin, now working to the outside of the 3rd row. Gadel going to jump out front once again. Larson and the 6 of Steve Haas going to battle. Derek Haas has joined the mix as well. White flag waving one more time for Dylan Gadel. Dylan Gadel's got it cranked up as he stretches it down the back straightaway on Nordson Extrusion Dies Night. Off at turn 4, checkered flag waving for Dylan Gadel in 24. So there you have it, race fans. 3rd, we'll go to the 34.
And winning that race, leading flag to flag, was the 24 of Dylan Gadel. And I apologize, Dylan, if you're watching this. I butchered your name to start the heat race. All good there. And finishing 2nd was Steve Haas in the 6th. And rounding out the top 3 was Dan Larson Jr. Hey fans, don't forget, 1 week from tonight, August 10th, we'll be right back here with more Wissota Racing action from the Eagle Valley Speedway. It will be River Country Co-op American Heroes Night. Races will be recorded on August 7th, and our broadcast will begin on NLWN-TV at 6 p.m. next Monday night. Coming up in our next heat race, our 2nd heat race and our final heat race. Starting on the pole is Shadow Kitchener from Arkansas, Wisconsin in 68. In 2nd is Craig Haas from Thorpe in 12. In 3rd is Kent Baxter out of Colfax in the 95X. Rounding on the outside of row 2 is Tyler Lamb from Boyceville in the 89. And the inside of row 3 is Louis Pizio out of Chippewa Falls, Lou Pizio in the 24P. On the outside of row 3 is Austin Ellis from Rice Lake in 20. Row 4 is Jake Stye out of New Albern, Wisconsin in the 1. And rounding out the field is last week's feature winner in a major feature, George Dahlback out of Wakefield, Michigan in the 23 Double D.
And we do have one more additional car. That's number 6 of Cole Dalkey from Eau Claire. And they got the green light.
Craig Haas going to jump out front early as they drive down the back straightaway here in the opening lap. Shadow Kitchener, Tyler Lamb, Kent Baxter, Austin Ellis all going to battle here in the opening lap along with George Dahlback, Jake Stye, Lou Puzio, and Corey Delkey. Continues to lead, Shadow Kitchener and Tyler Lamb to follow. Ellis to 4th, Baxter, Dahlbeck, and Jake Stye will battle for 5th. Then it's Lou Puzio and Corey Delkey. Cruising out front, how about Austin Ellis? Ellis to the outside and Kitchener to 2nd. He will try and set his sights on the 12 of Craig Haas. Austin Ellis started 6th on the field. Keep an eye on the 20 as he is tracking down Craig Haas in the 12. Haas, Ellis, Shadow Kitchener, your first 3. Kent Baxter and George Dahlback rounding out your first 5. Continues to lead. Ellis continues to close, this time by white flag waving one more time for Craig Haas. Austin Ellis within striking distance down the back straightaway. See if Haas can hang on. They'll drive into turn 3. Ellis is there off at turn 4. Not going to happen. Your winner will be Craig Haas.
And an even more interesting race might have been the race for 4th place. I'll be honest, fans, I'm not sure who won that. You had the 95X and the 23 Double D cross the line at the exact same time. The race for the lead was very entertaining, but was taken by Craig Haas there in the 12. Second is Austin Ellis in the 20. And finishing 3rd would have been...
John, I'm trying to catch the number as they scale, and I can't tell right now. We're kind of facing the wrong way. Maybe our intrepid cameraman can get over there on the scales and maybe get a closer picture of the car coming through the scales right about now, because that's our 3rd place finisher. Not that one.
The one on the
scale itself. There we go. And as he comes off, let's see if we can catch his number.
That is
69,
68. And that's going to be Shadow Kitchener, who started on the pole. Well, fans, we've had a lot of fun out here. That was the Midwest Modified Heat Races. Coming up next,
we have the Superstocks.
We will have the Superstocks. We'll have all of that action right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
It's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
And a.m. We're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We have had great Wissota Racing action tonight. We have our first of two Super Stocks heat races. Starting on the front row or on the pole is Eric Olson in the 1E from Ladysmith, Wisconsin. On number 2 is Wayne Dean in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Nick Tanner, Andrew Davis, Danny Thomas, Brett Myers, Bart Steffen, and Michael Anderson. And we have the 1 to go, and we're going to hand it.
Well,
I don't think
I know they're going to get a 1 to go because although they did give it to them, they have a tractor out there on the track, so it's unless they have the most unusual pace car that I've ever seen. But
yeah, they got a tow truck pulling into pit road here. Brownie's still standing on the track here. Wayne Dean is out of Eau Claire in the 17. Nick Traylor is from Barron, Wisconsin in the 40. Andrew Davis is from Turtle Lake in the 20 Star. Danny Thomas is from Knapp, Wisconsin in the T40. Brett Myers is from Eau Claire in the 27M. Bart Steffen is from Eau Claire, Wisconsin in the 2. And Michael Anderson is from Dallas, Wisconsin in the 0-1. And now they have the 1 to go.
So let's send it over to Scott.
And we'll send it over to Scott Teefs, and we'll see how this race goes down.
Davis in the 20 Star, Danny Thomas in the T40, Brett Myers in the 27M, Bart Steffen, and Mickey Anderson, the final driver on the field in the 01. First of 2 free Wissota Super Stocks tonight, 8 laps to the distance on Nordson Extrusion Dies night. Wayne Dean, Nick Traynor, Eric Olson going to go door to door here in the opening lap. Wayne Dean will lead at lap 1 with Traynor right there. Olson also there in the 1E. Nick Traynor, Wayne Dean going to go at it. Eric Olson, Danny Thomas, Bart Steffen, Andrew Davis, Brett Myers, and Mickey Anderson. That is your field. Nick Traynor just cruising out front. Wayne Dean, Danny Thomas, Eric Olson continue to battle. Nick Traynor's got it going on tonight. This time by white flag waving. One more time for Traynor in 40. One final trip down the back straightaway for Nick Traynor in 40. Your leader to turn 3. Off of turn 4 on Nordson Extrusion Dies night. Your winner, Nick Traynor.
And finishing second is the 17. And finishing third is the 40. So the 17th, Wayne Dean finishes second. And the T40 of Danny Thomas out of Knapp finishes third.
Redline Tools, Wide Open Marine, Hanson CDL, Dumpy Sales, Bucket.
Hey fans, need an electrical diagnosis or repair of your car? First Choice Mobile Repairs, ASE certified mechanics can take care of that. Call 715-559-5219. First Choice Mobile Repairs makes house calls. Fans, we have a second Super Stocks heat race. That was fun on the first one. Let's hope the second one is as good. Starting on the pole is Darrell Hazelton out of Chippewa Falls in the 19. In second is Jesse Bredzinski out of Eau Claire in the 207. Starting third is Lucas Koski out of New Richmond, Wisconsin in the 1. Austin Workman out of Dallas, Wisconsin in the XJR, ex-junior by chance. Starting fifth is Terrence Spacek out of Phillips, Wisconsin in the 22T. Starting in sixth is Tony Faulkner from Menominee, Wisconsin in the 27. Kurt Myers in the 7th starting position out of Cameron in the 1M. And CJ Wagner from Rice Lake in the 93 rounding out the field. And we are getting the one to go down here on the track. We're going to give it over to Scott Teves.
Myers in the final driver on the field. He's out of Rice Lake. Sitting in the black jack, towing JR Excavating 93. That should be CJ Wagner. So your second and final Wissota Superstock Heat Race on Nordson Extrusion Dies Night. Darrell Hazelton and Jesse Radetsky from row 1, Lucas Koski, Austin Workman, Terrence Spacek, Tony Faulkner, Kurt Myers, CJ Wagner. That is your field. Second and final Wissota Superstock Heat Race of the night. Caution flag will wave early. Looks like it's Kurt Myers in the 1M. So the first of two Pure Stocks up. Right after this one, we'll get Kurt back into position. We should be about set to go. Darrell Hazelton and Jesse Radetsky will get the one to go this time by. Once again, a big thanks to everyone from Nordson Extrusion Dies for sponsoring tonight's show. We race in memory of Don Hazelton. Also meet the drivers at intermission. Kids, make sure you have mom or dad buy you that checkered flag. You can take it down on the racetrack during intermission and have your favorite drivers sign it. So here we go. Darrell Hazelton from inside our row 1 and Jesse Radetsky to the outside. Scheduled for 8 laps, second and final Wissota Superstock Heat Race of the night. Caution flag will wave here yet again in Heat 2 for your Super Stocks. Hey, once again, a big thanks to Dan Larson Sr., Dan Larson Jr. of Larson Heating and Cooling for supplying us with the boys and girls bike that we'll give away later on tonight. Also, thanks to the Hazelton family for all the money they have donated. Also, big thanks to Jake Stein for all the money he has donated as well. And once again, a big thanks to the Nordson Extrusion Dies Company for helping us out tonight as well.
And John, as you pointed out the last couple of weeks, and it bears pointing out here, laps under caution in this kind of racing don't count. So they don't have a lap in, so they're still doing the starting grid as they go around. Normally it'd be a Delaware restart, but now they have to do the starting grid because they don't have a lap counted yet.
No, but as you will see, cars are still getting charged for the caution as you see the 27 drop back to the back.
Correct.
But we're going to send it back over to Scott Teves.
Koski, Austin Workman, Terrence Spacek, CJ Wagner, Kurt Myers, Tony Faulkner getting set to try it again. So debris on the speedway over in turn 2. Kurg's Towing will hustle on out there and get that cleared up. Once again, 2 Wissota Pure Stock Heat Races up right after this one. We will have 2 very, very good Wissota modified heat races and 1 Hornet heat race for you fans right before the break. Meet the Drivers Night. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for spending your Friday night here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We love it. Thank you for being here. So we'll try it again, having a tough go of it here in Heat 2 for your Super Stocks. 8 laps remain. Darrell Hazelton, Jesse Radetsky, green flag flying again. Jesse Radetsky will lead early in the 207. Hazelton is there in the 19. Koski, Myers, and Spacek in a battle for third. Then it's Faulkner and Austin Workman, followed by C.J. Wagner in the 93. Jesse Radetsky's got it going on tonight. How about the battle behind him? Hazelton, Koski, Myers, Terrence Spacek trying to join the mix in 22T. Jesse Radetsky just cruising out front. Koski, Myers, Hazelton continue to battle. Terrence Spacek is there as well. Laps winding down now for Jesse Radetsky in 207. Koski and Myers continue to battle. Spacek, Hazelton, Workman, Tony Faulkner, that is your field. It has been all Jesse Radetsky as the battle behind him continues. This time by white flag waving one more time for Jesse Radetsky. Radetsky, your leader. Myers down to second. Koski and Spacek. But off the turn 4, your winner will be Jesse Radetsky.
And taking second is Kurt Myers in the 1M, and finishing third is Austin Workman out of Lucas Koski, excuse me, I knew that. And finishing fourth is Terrence Spacek, actually. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, guys. Had a really good battle there as the 19 was kind of...
Well, that was that battle for second and third. They were just bumping and banging all the way around the track. And we have, coming up next, are the Pure Stocks, and we will have Pure Stock action for you right after this pit stop on NLWN-TV.
You made your house a reality. Homeschooling yourself on loans, color-coding listings, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. If you can ace house hunting, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
And fans, we're back with you here for the Pure Stock heat races. We have 2 of them. The total of 13 drivers. Starting on the pole is Joey Prusick out of Port Orange, Florida in the 66B. Second is George Richards from Mondovi, Wisconsin in the 5R. Third is James Ron from Hagen, Wisconsin in the 23R. Fourth is Rob Grabon from Bruce, Wisconsin in the 16. Fifth is Nicholas Hazelton from Chippewa Falls in the 2B. And the final row, Travis Hazelton in the 31 out of Chippewa Falls. And rounding out the field is Devin Fries from Phillips, Wisconsin in the 95F. And these cars have the 1 to go. We're going to hand it off to Scott Teefs.
So Prusak and George Richards Richards, a three-time winner. James Ron and Rob Graybon. Graybon's got one win on the year. Nicholas Hazelton, as I mentioned. Travis Hazelton, a five-time winner, trying to make it 4 straight in the 31. And then Devin Fries, that is your field. George Richards will lead early in the 5R. Rob Graybon and Travis Hazelton to follow. Richards, Graybon, Hazelton, James Ron, and then it's the 2B of Nicholas Hazelton. Joey Prusak and Devin Fries to round out your field here in Heat 1 of 2 for your Pure Stocks. George Richards, a multi-time track champion, continues to lead as Rob Graybon and Travis Hazelton battle behind him. James Ron to 4th, Nicholas Hazelton is 5th, and then Devin Fries and Joey Prusak will battle behind him. George Richards continues to lead in 5R. Hazelton to 2nd, Graybon is still 3rd, James Ron comfortably to 4th, and check out the battle for 5th between Joey Prusak and Nicholas Hazelton, and then it's Devin Fries, your final driver on the field. Richards continues to lead, but Hazelton is there in the 31. Richards, Hazelton, Graybon, white flag waving this time by. Travis Hazelton is there. He started 6th on the field. Richards trying to hang on down the back straightaway for the final time. Hazelton going to give it one more shot. Richards your leader. Hazelton 2nd. Off of turn 4, your winner will be George Richards.
George Richards hanging on there. Travis Hazelton knocking on the door. And Rob Graybon finishing 3rd. And I think if Travis Hazelton had one more lap, he would have gotten there, Rick.
I think you're absolutely right. He kept closing and closing, and every time you saw it get he was really making a move in the corners, and it became like a foot shorter every time.
Yes, it did. Hey, fans, your car need a jump? Call First Choice Mobile Repair to take care of that problem. That's 715-559-5219. First Choice Mobile Repairs makes house calls. In the second heat race, we have Michael Grover from Chicago, Wisconsin in the 101. Carl Knops out of Chippewa Falls in the 92. On the inside of the second row is Jeff Tisdale from Eau Claire, Wisconsin in the 15. The 4th place starting position is Ryan Olson, rookie out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin in the 1. In 5th is Brent Middock from Prentice, Wisconsin in the 57. And rounding out the field is Ryan Clausen from Prairie Farm, Wisconsin in the 21. And fans, these cars are getting the 1 to go. We're going to go ahead and hand it back to Scott Teves.
Excavating, K&L Prop Repair and Mobile Electric in 21. That should be Ryan Clausen. Caution flag will wave early for Brent Mindock. So we'll try it again. Mike Grover, Carl Knops from row one will drag race down the back straightaway. Ryan Olson is there in the one. Tisdale Mindock and the 21 of Ryan Clausen will battle. Carl Knops working to the inside of the 101 of Mike Grover. Ryan Olson going to look to the outside of the one. Brent Mindock, Tisdale, and Ryan Clausen, that is your field. Carl Knops continues to lead here in 92. Knops, Mike Grover, Ryan Olson door to door. Brent Mindock, Tisdale, and Ryan Clausen battle for position. Carl Knops continues to be your race-long leader in 92. Knops started inside of row one and has stayed there as Grover and Olson continue to battle behind him. Carl Knops just cruising out front as Grover and Ryan Olson go door to door. Brent Mindock trying to join the party in 57. Ryan Clausen in the 21, and then it's the 15 of Jeff Tisdale. Carl Knops on cruise control out front. Ryan Olson now to second. Grover is back to third, then it's Brent Mindock in the 57. This time by white flag waving one more time for Carl Knops. Knops for the final time around the Eagle Valley Speedway. Olson and Grover to battle behind him. Ryan Olson with problems in one. Checkered flag waving this time by for Carl Knops. So there you have it. Third will go to the 21 of Ryan Clausen.
The 21 of Ryan Clausen getting a lucky break there, finishing third. And second is going to be Michael Grover in the 101, and winning that heat race was Carl Knops in the 92.
And I don't know what happened to Ryan Olson. He was on the last lap. He had second pretty well wrapped up, and all of a sudden straight off into the pits he went.
Yeah, something must have broke there. And fans, coming up next, we are going to have the Wissota Modifieds. We're going to have all that action and more right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
And we're back here. We got the Wissota Modifieds, the first heat race. Starting on the pole is Mason McEvers from Grantsburg, Wisconsin. In the 18M, Zach Gibson on the outside of the front row from Chippewa Falls in the 38. Pat Hoffman from Rice Lake in the 308. Then you have Steve Hallquist On the outside of the second row out of Eau Claire in the 27H. On the inside of the third row is Nick Kohler from Bloomer, Wisconsin in the 13. On the outside of the third row is Mark Hansen in the Chippewa Falls, or out of Chippewa Falls in the 18. And rounding out the field is Cody Mater from Elk Mound in the 55.
And they've got at least a couple laps to go yet because they still have the water truck out there.
Yeah, I thought the water truck was going to take a quick left-hand turn into the infield. And
Brownie's giving them the signal to form up.
Yeah.
And the 2 to go has been given to them.
The 2 to go has been given. Hey fans, our next Equestrian Games event will be aired on NLWN-TV. To be aired on NLWN-TV will be tomorrow night, August 4th, when we broadcast the Open Equestrian Games from the Bit and Spur Saddle Club in Eau Claire. Recorded yesterday, once again, that's the Open Equestrian Games from Bit and Spur Saddle Club in Eau Claire tomorrow night, August 4th, beginning at 6 p.m. right here on NLWN-TV.
And they're being given the 1 to go, so we'll turn it over to Brownie.
You're right.
Or Scott, I should say.
Starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
So caution lights will go down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. Mason McEvers electing to start at the back of the field, so that will be Zach Gibson, Pat Hoffman from row 1. First of 2 field modifieds, 8 laps to distance, green flag waving. Wasting any time jumping out front. How about the 13? Kaler's got that thing cranked up tonight. Kaler trying to park it in victory lane for the second time this year, not messing around. Gonna run away and hide, let Hoffman, Gibson, Hallquist, and Mark Hansen battle it out behind him. So under caution here early, Zach Gibson in the 38 facing the wrong way. How about Nick Kaler? The Bloomer, Wisconsin driver, I tell you what, that thing is absolutely wicked fast right now. C.F. Hoffman, Hallquist, Hansen, Corey Mater. Mater making a rare appearance at the Eagle Valley Speedway. Have anything for him. Mason McEvers in the 18. And we'll get Gibson to drop to the back of the field. Hey, speaking about Corey Mater, don't forget, race fans, tomorrow night, the 4th annual Mater Memorial 55 at the Rice Lake Speedway tomorrow night. Late models, modifieds, Midwest modifieds, and pure stocks on the card. And make your way to Rice Lake tomorrow night and help us celebrate and race in memory of Dwayne Mater tomorrow night. 4th annual, Jimmy Mars is the only late model driver to ever win the Mater 55. So here we go. Nick Kaler, Steve Hallquist, Pat Hoffman. Your first 2 rows, Mark Hansen, Corey Mater, green flag flying. Going to jump out front once again as they drive down the back straightaway. Mark Hansen now going to dive to the inside of Steve Hallquist. Pat Hoffman still there in the .308. It has been all Nick Kaler in 13. Just cruising as they drive down the back straightaway. Steve Hallquist still second. Mark Mark Hansen, Pat Hoffman, and Corey Maynard out of 5th. White flag waving this time by for Nick Kaler. Final trip around the Eagle Valley Speedway for Kaler. Alquist, Mark Hansen, your first 3. Checkered flag waving high in the air on Nordson Extrusion Dies 9 for Nick Kaler. So that will do it for Heat 1. Third will...
And Nick Kaler, excuse me, his name is spelled Kohler, but it's Nick Kaler taking the heat race from his 5th place starting position. Finishing 2nd was Steve Hallquist, and finishing 3rd was Mark Hansen. And that was a lot of fun there, had a lot of swapping of positions. Hey fans, got a small engine that needs repair? Call First Choice Mobile Repair to take care of that problem. The number 715-559-5219. That's First Choice Mobile Repairs. Makes house calls. Our second heat race, starting on the pole, is Mike Knops out of Chippewa Falls in the 93. On the outside of the front row is last week's winner, Matt Lear from Bruce, Wisconsin in the 30. In third is Clayton Wigeman out of Ramsey, Minnesota in the 14W. In fourth is your points leader, Mike Anderson out of Jim Falls in the 57. Luke Schilling, Grant in the 43 is fifth. And in sixth is Michael Trescott out of Chippewa Falls in the 22T. Fans, we have the 1 to go. We're going to hand it off to Scott Teves.
Should be Luke Schilling. Final driver on the field, a 3-time winner out of Chippewa Falls in the MB Custom Tim's Automotive Machine 22T. That will be Michael Truscott. Will lead lap 1. Matt Lear is there along with Mike Anderson. Clayton Wagaman to the 22T of Michael Truscott, followed by the 43 of Luke Schilling. That is your field. Mike Knops continues to lead. Last Friday night's winner, Matt Lear, is there. Wagaman to the outside of Mike Anderson, going to try and bring Michael Truscott along in the 22T. Continues to lead Matt Lear and Clayton Wagaman. Knob started inside of row 1. Lear, your winner last Friday night, still second. Wagaman having a great run to third in the 14W. Michael Truscott, Mike Anderson, and Luke Schilling, that is your field. Mike Knobbs has got it going on again tonight, your leader in 93. Wagaman, Truscott, Mike Anderson, Luke Schilling. This time by white flag waving one more time for Mike Knops. Knops, your leader, will drive into turn 3 up on the cushion. Off at turn 4 on Nordson Extrusion Dies Night, your winner, Mike Knops.
Second and Clayton Wigeman third. Fans, you might have noticed that 57 of Mike Anderson ran up to second and just kind of fell off the pace. We're not really sure what happened there, but I'm sure we'll see what happens here in the future. We're going to have a quick pit stop, and we're going to get over to the Hornets right after this quick pit stop on NLWN-TV.
My graduation was something I will never forget. People People like you and me sometimes may have doubts in ourselves, but I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we're back here. We're going to have a Hornet heat race. Starting on the pole is Jason Hegelson from Strum, Wisconsin in 59H. Second is Jake Halterman from Stanley, Wisconsin in the 76. Danny Halterman is in third from Stanley, Wisconsin in the 221. Brandon Geiter from Mondovi, Wisconsin in the 20 is fourth. Jocelyn Carruthers is starting fifth in her 4 car from Durand, Wisconsin. William Volz from Glenwood City in the 41B is in sixth. Seventh is Jason Bauer out of Durand, Wisconsin in the 14J. And rounding out the field and making it very interesting is Derek Crumry in the 33. And we have the 1 to go, so we're going to send it back over to Scott Teefs. Watch that 33.
So caution lights go down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. Jason Helgenson, Jake Halterman from row 1. Jason Helgenson will lead early in the 59H. Helgenson, Jake Halterman, Brandon Glider, Danny Halterman, and William Volz your first 5. Then it's Derek Crumry, Jason Bauer, Jocelyn Carruthers in the 7W of Randy Riederholt. Jason Helgenson continues to lead. Jake Halterman looking for an opening. Brandon Glider is still third in the 20. Halterman going to look to the inside of Helgenson down the back straightaway. Won a Hornet heat race tonight, and it is a good one. Jason Helgenson trying to hold off 3-time winner Jake Halterman in 76. Helgenson, Halterman down the back straightaway as they battle. Glider and Danny Halterman door to door, and here comes the 33 of Derek Crumry to 5th. Jake Halterman now with the advantage. Jason Helgenson is still there. Danny Halterman, Brandon Glider in the 33 of Derek Crumry will battle along with Jason Bauer. Then it's William Volz, Jocelyn Carruthers. In the final drive around the field, Randy Wader holding the 7W. This time by white flag waving one more time for Jake Halterman. Halterman, Helgenson, Danny Halterman, your first 3. Checkered flag waving high above the Eagle Valley Speedway on Nordson Extrusion Dies Night for Jake Halterman. So
that will do it, third.
And winning the heat race was Jake Halterman in the 76. Hegelson, who started on the pole, finished second in the 59H. And Danny Halterman finishing third with a very, very good heat race, Rick.
Yeah, John, that was, in fact, probably the 2 favorites have set themselves up nicely for the feature coming up a little bit later on this evening. And we'll see if Derek Crumry can come around in that feature race and becoming a 3-peat 3 weeks in a row.
And one of the things I noticed is Crumry was really racing through the field there, and on that last lap, he gave it everything he had going into turn 1. and got wicked loose coming off of turn 2 there and really lost his momentum. He probably would have finished ahead of both the 221 and the I believe that was the 68, yeah, that he was racing with.
And again, this was a heat race, and lots of times a driver's not going to push it real hard in a heat race. He just wants to get himself a good, get himself or herself a good starting position in the feature, because it's all about the feature race.
It really is. And Jake Halterman was not with us last week, although he did win a few weeks ago in the Hornets in that 76 car. He's 5th place in points currently, 526 points back. Crumride does lead the points here with Danny Halterman second, 106 points back. Fans, we're going to have more racing action as we have the features after this intermission.
And boy, we have some outstanding features set up. The way some of those classes were racing in the heats and the door-to-door action that was in some of those heats, I think we're going to see a lot of action in the heat race or in the feature races tonight. They are bringing cars and drivers out on the track. Fans are going to get a chance to come out onto the track and take a look at that. So maybe our intrepid cameraman can get down there where they're bringing the cars out, and
he's already thinking it's break time, Rick. I was too. I was ready to send us off to intermission, but
well, you know what? I think we'll take intermission. We'll just keep it focused on the track and let things happen, or we'll take our brief intermission. We'll come back when things start to happen here at Eagle Valley Speedway. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on
NLWN-TV.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
It's intermission time and you're watching Classic Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV. Classic Wissota Racing Action is being brought to you by Rock Solid Transport. Whatever you need to haul, Rock Solid Transport can help you get it there. And Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls, where you can watch the races with racers. Stay tuned, we have more Classic Wissota Racing Action coming up soon.
Spend my life living in a fast lane. Lord, I'm always up front. Speed is my thing. Revolution's up, hammer's always down. If it don't hold together, I'm a red line bound. I hit the road, running wide open, out on the edge of the envelope. The thunder rolls, my wheels are smoking. Too much to lose control. Running wide open.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood, or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go. You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway here in Gem Falls, Wisconsin with Wissota Racing Action. Tonight has been the EDI Nordson Don Hazelton Memorial with Northern Vintage Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a fantastic round of heat races. We had an excellent intermission here. They pulled all the cars out on the track, allowed the fans to go out on the track, which I found out was very steep, and got to interact with the drivers, signatures, some candies, lots of drivers giving out postcards with their car pictures on it, with their pictures on it. It was a lot of fun. I got to meet up with a couple of drivers. I met up with Danny Halterman, had a little discussion about his vehicle and what happened to it last week as he lost his rear driver door. He said to me he didn't know that he lost it. And he's got a battery box right inside that door, so they said, hey, due to the battery being right there and it being exposed, we can't have you on the track, which he said that's understandable. So he went back to the shop on Monday. He attached the door back up and did a few other things and brought it out here tonight and said, hey, you don't know what's wrong with it until you get it on the track and feel it. He said he got out there and something just ain't feeling right. So hopefully he figures out what it is. He says when he lets off the gas, it gets a little squirrely on him. So he'll have a whole another week to kind of work on that and take a look and see what's going on.
And he had such a good-looking car all season long that I hope he can get that figured out, because between him and Krummerai, they have quite a battle going on in the Hornets, and I sure hope they can keep that up and that he gets that figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you speak of Derek Krummerai. He's the other driver I had a chance to catch up with and asked him a little bit about how his heat race went. He was very happy with it. We made the comment of it seemed like he lost wind coming out of 2 there. He said to me, no, I didn't lose wind. I just let it go. There wasn't a big enough hole for me to go through, so the top 5 get a redraw on the entry to the feature. He said I was in 5th place. There was no point for me to push it and wreck my car and potentially others.
Well, coming up, we have the street stock feature. That'll be followed by the Midwest Modified feature. And let's see, we have 20 cars in the street stock feature. The Midwest Modifieds has 18 cars. Then we have the Super Stocks. That has 16 cars. The Pure Stocks has 13 cars. The Super Stocks has 16. And then that'll be followed by the Wissota Modifieds. And that has 13.
And then the Hornets will wrap it up with a 9-car field.
That's right. So let's take a look at that lineup for the street stocks, John.
Yeah, starting on the pole is James Clausen from Barron, Wisconsin in car number 24.
And outside that first row is Parker Anderson out of Phillips in car 27P.
In the 3rd position, last week's winner, Travis Lowe from Barron, Wisconsin in the 9 car.
Outside row 2, Adam Soltis. Adam comes from Ladysmith, and he's driving car 9.
Starting in the 5th place inside of the 3rd row is Doug Wojciak. Yeah, Wojciak. That's a mouthful. He's out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin, too, in the 27X.
Then from Medford, Wisconsin, we have Cody Coomer driving car 12K. That's the outside of row 3.
And after Coomer in the 7th position is Andrew Hansen out of Iron River, Wisconsin in the 20 car.
Outside of row 4, Barron, Wisconsin's Kobe Keel in car 9K.
And in the 9th position is Danny Richards out of Mondovi, Wisconsin, driving the 3R.
And don't be surprised if you see him make some moves.
Yeah.
Kyle Gannett from Auburndale, Wisconsin in the 16X is outside row 5.
Row 6 starts with Kyle Hollowin out of Zimmerman, Minnesota in the 05.
And Jay Keeson from Weyerhaeuser in car 7.
In the 7th row, you have Dalton Hazelton, New Auburn in 2D.
Then we have Cole Richards outside of the 7th row in car 1R. He's out of Mondovi.
On the 15th starting place, you have Jared Linder from Greenwood in 3J.
And following Jared, outside of the 8th row is Ty Egan from Chippewa Falls in car 26.
On the outside of the 9th row, you have John
Kasposik
from Fall Creek in the 96.
Then Michael Tuma from Weyerhaeuser in the T20 is outside row 9.
And rounding out the field in row 10, on the inside of row 10 is Warren Hansen from Downing, Wisconsin in the 12.
And then rounding out the whole field outside of row 10 from Bruce, Wisconsin, Alex Binks in car number 22. And those street stocks are down on the track, making their way around.
And as we look at the street stocks, Cody Coomer is leading the points, and this is a 3-point margin.
And the last of our cars just finally got onto the track.
Yeah.
I think that's Woodcheck.
Yeah. The 27.
I believe that was the 20. No, I think that was the 27P of Parker Anderson, actually.
Yeah, I believe you're correct, because he's lining up on the outside. But as we look here, we got Danny Richards and Cody Coomer 3 points apart in the standings. So this race could be very pivotal as we go down to the remaining races in the season, Rick.
It looks like Brownie is getting them formed up. My guess is they're going to get the one to go, maybe. The tail end isn't quite there, but 2 to go, I believe.
2 to go. They're going to give them one more time to get lined up here.
Get that rear end of the pack all together.
Yeah. This is a 20-car field again. We're going to have 15 laps.
That's why they don't sing the song, "That's why she fell for the rear end of the pack." That's why she fell for the leader of the pack. They always look nice and straight across the front.
Yeah, that tends to be the case. And they're going to get the one to go here coming by as we expect to see some battles here. We got points leader Cody Coomer starting in 6th. The 40 of Travis Lowe, who won last week, is in 3rd. We're starting 3rd. Anybody else that you look at as a threat?
Danny Richards is always a threat. And they've got the one to go, so let's turn it over to Scott Teefs.
Cell caution lights getting set to drop down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. James Clausen, Parker Anderson, Travis Lowe and Adam Soltis, Doug Wycheck, Cody Coomer, your first 3 rows. Andrew Hansen and Kobe Keel, Danny Richards and Kyle Jeanette, your first 5 rows. Scheduled for 15 laps, James Clausen, Parker Anderson from row 1 getting set to do its street stock aiming on Nordson night. Richards spinning on the opening lap over in turns 1 and 2, and we are under caution here very early. So we will reset the field here very quickly. So caution lights will be going down around the speedway. James Clausen and Parker Anderson. Scheduled for 15 laps, street stock, A main. Here we go again. Parker Anderson will lead the opening lap from outside of the front row of the 27P. Travis Lowe going to battle with the 24 of James Clausen, and it's Wycheck and Saltus, Andrew Hansen, Coomer, and the 16 of Jeanette. Parker Anderson continues to be your race leader. Anderson looking for his 4th feature win of the year. Travis Lowe, James Clausen, your first 3. Andrew Hansen and Doug Wycheck rounding out your first 5. Anderson looking for his 4th feature win of the year in 27P. Lowe trying to track him down along with Andrew Hansen. And then keep an eye on the battle for 4th. Clausen up the racetrack. That'll open the door for Saltus. Wycheck in the 16X. Continue the battle of Kyle Jeanette. Traffic now in front of Travis Lowe and Andrew Hansen as they battle. Check out the battle for 5th. Clausen, Wycheck, Jeanette, Richards, and Kobe Keel. Parker Anderson on cruise control out front. Travis Lowe and Andrew Hansen trying to track him down. Saltus is closing in the 9. Anderson having a great run as he continues to lead. Andrew Hansen going to look to the inside of Travis Lowe as they battle for 2nd. Saltus is still 4th. Jeanette now 5th in the 16X. The Phillips, Wisconsin racer. Andrew Hansen closing in the 20. Travis Lowe back to 3rd. Saltus is still 4th. Kyle Jeanette 5th. Doug Wycheck going to battle with the 3R of Danny Richards. Then it's Kobe Keel, Jay Keshen, and the 2D of Hazelton. Lap traffic now once again in front of your leader, Parker Anderson. John Kazbowski about to go down another lap of the 96 as Parker Anderson is close to his rear bumper. Look out in the back straightaway. So under caution as Parker Anderson comes together with the 96 of John Kazbowski. And we'll have to sort things out. Andrew Hansen now with a break along with the 40 of Travis Lowe. Saltus having a great run, and then it's Kyle Jeanette in the 16X. Hey, congratulations to our bike winners, Malaya Zurich winning a bike, and Darrell and Hazelton. So congratulations to our bike winners tonight. And once again, a big thanks to Dan Larson Sr., Dan Larson Jr. of Larson Heating and Cooling for supplying us with the bikes. So caution lights dropping down around the speedway. 11 laps have been scored. 4 remain for Parker Anderson. A break for the driver of the 27P, Andrew Hansen. Travis Lowe, that is your field green flag waving this time by. Anderson trying to hang on. Andrew Hansen looking to the inside of the 20. Great battle out front, straight stock A-main. Andrew Hansen now to the front. Salt is going to look to the inside of Parker Anderson. Down the back straightaway, they come together. Unbelievable. Your top 3 coming together on the back straightaway. And we are under caution here once again.
From what I seen, Adam Salt is driving it in there really hard into turn 1. He took out the 20 vehicle there. Excuse me real quick. Oh, Andrew Hansen, who had taken the lead in a very dominant fashion from Parker Anderson. After Parker Anderson's probably really upset about that first caution because he was running away with this thing. And that allowed Hansen to close in, and it does appear as if Parker Anderson's going to take the lead here. And
we'll wait and see what they do after they sort everything out.
That 20 car seems to be lining up in the rear of the field.
He's going to get the causing of the caution penalty.
And the race officials give final say. His front end is tore up. And so we'll see.
Especially on the driver's side.
We'll see what happens. He seems to be driving pretty slow.
It looks to me like he might be angling for the pits.
Nah, he's going into turn 1 there, so I wonder.
Turn 3, John.
Your turn 3, excuse me.
It goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
I went to public schools, Rick.
Hey, there you go. Hey, wait a minute. I was a public school teacher, so.
Hey, and you know what? We graduated from the same public school, so maybe it's a problem for both of us. It looks as if the 20 there, if Hansen's picked up the field, so we'll wait and see what happens here when we get the 1 to go.
Well, they still.
I see what's happening here. They originally were going to charge the 20 with the timeout and then made the decision that the 9 is going to get charged with it.
Well, they've got all three of them still in the front.
Yeah.
I don't think they've sorted it out yet, John. John, you've got some exciting stuff coming up next weekend. You're going to be here at Eagle Valley Speedway.
I am going to be here at Eagle Valley Speedway.
But then what are you doing after that?
I am going to head home after about getting done at midnight. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm headed over to Plymouth or Elbridge Lake, wherever you want to say Road America is at. And I'm going to tune into the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Henry Firearms 150. So that should be a lot of fun.
Well, we'll have to watch for you on the television coverage of that.
We'll see what happens there. They seem to line up. Nobody's getting charged with caution. Vance, they have the one to go. We're going to hand it back over to Scott Teeves.
Andrew Hansen back to the front. Parker Anderson, Adam Saltis from the second row. Doug Wycheck in the 40. Travis Lowe, your feature winner, last Friday night sitting outside of row 3. Jeanette and Richards, Kobe Keel, Jay Keshin. So 12 laps in, 3 remain. Can Andrew Hansen hang on and pick up his 5th of the year? Will it be Parker Anderson in his 4th of the year? Or will Adam Saltis find victory lane for the first time this year? That 9 has been really good. He was at the inside of the 20 and the 27 of the back straightaway. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. 12 down, 3 to go. Andrew Hansen, your race leader in 20. Green flag waving this time by. This time by, white flag waving one more time for Andrew Hansen. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Adam Saltis going to give it a shot. Andrew Hansen, your leader. Hansen trying to hang on. Saltis is there. Off at turn 4, checkered flag waving for Andrew Hansen.
Saltis finishing second there definitely gave it a run for the money. Oh my goodness. The 9, and I can't see what car it is, but just piled into the back of the 9 there. The 9 was getting down to go into the scales. That's the 3rd place finisher, Doug Woodchuck. Yeah, Woodchuck. Finishing second, as we said, was Adam Saltis, and winning the race is Andrew Hansen. It was a fun and exciting race, nonetheless. Andrew Hansen, that is his 2nd win on the season. We are going to get him across the scales and then get him down to victory lane with Brownie. Scott did a fine job calling the race. We have a car sitting sideways on the side of the track, or turn 1 there, turn 2, excuse me. And Rick, we're going to have a change in points here.
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Cody Coomer did not finish the race.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
Jr. is third. Then it's George Dahlbeck and Dylan Gadel, your first five. Derek Haas started outside of row one and flat out fine lap traffic. Haas will drive to the outside of Jason Olsen. Derek Haas in heavy lap traffic. Haas will work underneath the 6 of Delkey. Lou Puzio, the next driver to go a lap down to the 24P. Haas back to the top. Craig Haas comfortably to second. George Dahlbeck making his way through the field. Check out the 23 Double D. He'll drive to the outside of Dan Larson Jr. and try and take over third. Has got it going on tonight. Craig Haas working underneath the lap car on the back straightaway. George Dahlbeck to third, Dan Larson Jr., then Dylan Gadel. Derek Reed, Brian Pretzman, the next two drivers right in front of your race leader, Derek Haas in the 80. As I mentioned, Derek Haas looking for his second of the year. Continues to slice his way through the field. Man, that 80 is really, really good tonight as he continues to stretch it on Craig Haas in the 12. Craig having a great run, setting comfortably in second. George Dahlbeck, as I said, to third. Dylan Gadel now is fourth, and the battle continues for fifth between Shadow Kitchener and the 34 junior of Dan Larson Jr. Back to the top of the 80, more lap traffic in front of the Thorpe, Wisconsin driver. Craig Haas is still second. Laps winding down for Derek Haas at 80. Craig Haas in the 12, George Dahlbeck in the 23 Double D. This time by white flag waving one more time for Derek Haas. Jason Olsen right in front of your race leader. Haas will go back to the outside. Down the back straightaway one final time for the 80. Derek Haas, your leader. Into turn 3, off of turn 4 from outside of row 1 to victory lane. Your winner at 80, Derek Haas.
And George Dahlbeck finishing third, and Craig Haas finishing second. And we're going to send it down to victory lane here, where Derek Haas closes up the gap on Shane Holupka a little bit.
Comes Hammer. On Don Hazelton night, here at Eagle Valley Speedway, give it up in the Haas Incorporated victory lane at Eagle Valley Speedway. Give it up for the man, Derek Haas. Oh, yeah, baby, yeah! Yeah! microphone works tonight, Derek. So now you know what? We talked about this for how many weeks? I said I want to talk to you on the microphone that works, and you're here. What a great race. What a dominant race.
That was fun, yeah. Can't thank enough for everybody that helps on the car. We got Hammer here every week. My grandparents up in the stand supporting us. All of our sponsors. Haas, of course. American Exposal. Courtesy. Bob Mertens. Just on and on for everybody that helps on everything. And a big shout out for MB Customs for making fast race cars. Come on.
There you go. MB Custom Night tonight. Hey, Haas boys 1 and 2. You don't get much. It would have been better if, if Steve would have been there. But hey, 1 and 2 is not bad.
You bet. It was fun.
All right, well, give it up for Derek Haas, the man tonight in the Midwest Modifieds here at Eagle Valley Speedway in the Haas Incorporated Victory Lane. Back to you, Scott.
And fans, you heard it all there. Derek Haas had it hooked up on a rail from flag to flag, ran away, passing cars left and right, lapping them. He almost lapped half the field and just walked away with it.
And Craig Haas was right there, and Steve Haas wasn't too far off the pace. So I'll tell you what, we're going to have the Super Stocks coming up with their 16-car feature. Right after this brief pit stop, you're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
John Fellon's back here with Rick Olson here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We have the Super Stocks on track, and we're getting ready for our A-Main. Starting on the pole of that race is Wayne Dean out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, in car number 17.
Then in car 1E out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin, is Eric Olson.
On the inside of row 2 is Lucas Koski out of New Richmond, Wisconsin, in car 1.
From Cameron, Wisconsin, in car 1M is Kurt Myers.
On the inside of the third row is Jesse Brzezinski out of Eau Claire in car 207.
From Knapp, Wisconsin is Danny Thomas, car T40.
On the inside of row 4 is going to be Nick Trainer from Barron, Wisconsin in 40.
And then on the outside of row 4 in 22T from Phillips, Wisconsin, Taryn Spacek.
Row 5 is going to be Bart Steffen from Eau Claire in number 2.
And then from Chippewa Falls, car 19 in Darrell Hazelton.
On row 6 is going to be Andrew Davis from Turtle Lake in 20 star.
Then Austin Workman from Dallas, Wisconsin in X Junior.
Row 7 is Brett Myers out of Eau Claire in 27M.
Then outside of row 7 is Tony Faulkner from Menominee in 27.
And bringing up the rear of the field, the last 2 cars, Michael Anderson from Dallas in the 01.
And then CJ Wagner from Rice Lake in car 93.
And this should be a fun one here. You got Kurt Myers there in 4th place. Watch for him to make a run for the front.
Eric Olson is last week's winner, and he's on the outside of row 1. Let's see what he can do with that.
It should be a lot of fun. Nick Trainer won a heat race earlier, I believe.
And now they've got 1 to go.
So we will turn it over to Scott Teefs.
Husky and Myers. Myers trying to find victory lane for the 6th time this year. 3-time Wissota National Champion going to go from outside of the 2nd row. Jesse Radetsky inside of row 3, and Danny Thomas now calling Mondovi, Wisconsin, home of the T40. That is your first 3 rows. Nick Trainer and Taryn Spacek, Bart Steffen and Darrell Hazelton, Andrew Davis, Austin Workman, Brett Myers and Tony Faulkner, Mickey Anderson, C.J. Wagner. That is your field. Superstock A-Main. Hang on, Wayne Dean spinning. Great job by the entire field to avoid the spinning 17, and we are under caution.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874 7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go.
And Rick, we've seen it going into turn one, and we said that we were thinking that there was no way that they were going to make it through it. That they did not, as the 17 here spins around on the front straightaway. As you were saying, as we realized we had some technical difficulties, it was like going down 494 in rush hour traffic.
As our intrepid cameraman Dan is very familiar with as well, we've done plenty of that, haven't we, Dan? He's over there nodding, yes we have.
And the field has gotten the one to go, so we're going to send it back to Scott Teves.
Dean being charged with the caution. He'll drop to the back of the field. So it'll now be Eric Olson and Lucas Koski from row one. Kurt Myers, Jesse Radetsky, Danny Thomas, and Nick Trainer. Your first three rows. Going to try it again with Wissota Superstock. A-Main green flag flying. Eric Olson, Kurt Myers, Jesse Radetsky going to battle here in the opening lap. Olson and Myers door to door. Kurt Myers and Eric Olson going to go at it just like they did a week ago, but they got company in Jesse Radetsky in the 207. Lucas Koski in fourth, and the battle continues for fifth here in the early going. Myers, Olson, Radetsky. Terrence Spacek now to fourth. Koski back to fifth. Nick Trainer, Danny Thomas, and Bart Stepp, and Darrell Hazelton in the 19. Myers has got it going on again tonight as he tries to put some distance on Eric Olson. Myers back to the top in 3 and 4. See if he runs right through the middle in 1 and 2. Myers, Olson, Radetsky, your first three. Nick Trainer going to try the top in the 40. Myers back to the top in 3 and 4. Your leader in 1M. In under caution here for Austin Workman. In the ex-junior down in the infield right out of turn 4. Kurt Myers, your early race leader. As I mentioned, Myers looking for his 6th of the year, and it'll be the 360th of his career if he can find the Haas Incorporated victory lane. So Myers leading here early in 1M.
Rick, I said watch out for Kurt Myers, and what did he do?
Yeah, that's right.
He ran straight to the front. Now Ryan Olson, as you said, has had something to say. Not a lot, but he's hanging in there with him. As the ex-junior of Austin Workman brought out that caution, so we're going to get the one to go here going on by, so we're going to send it back over to
Eric Olson, your future winner.
Well, I don't know if they're going to get it just yet or not. I think you're probably right, though.
Yes, that is the one to go, so we are going to send it back to Scott Teves.
So 4 down, 16 to go for Myers. See if Olson and Radetsky have anything for the Cameron, Wisconsin driver. Pure stock A-Main up right after this one. Green flag flying again. 12 lap pure stock A main up right after this one. So Myers looking for his 6th of the year. Out front by himself here, early green flag flying again. Myers back to the front in 1M. Radetsky going to go to the top as he works on Eric Olson in the 1E. Eric Olson back to second. Radetsky will settle into third. Then it's Terrence Spacek. Check out the battle for 5th. Bart Steffen to the inside of Koski. Trainer going to work up top in the 40. Kurt Myers trying to run away and hide. Eric Olson says, not again tonight. I'm going to hang around in the 1E. Olson hung around last Friday night and got Myers at the line for his 1st of the year. Eric now back to second. Myers trying to stretch it on Eric Olson. Terrence Spacek 3rd. Radetsky is 4th. Nick Trainer going to work upstairs in the 40 as he battles with Radetsky for 4th. Then it's Bart Steffen and Lucas Koski, Danny Thomas and Tony Faulkner. Myers continues to put some distance on Eric Olson and Terrence Spacek. Myers just cruising down the back straightaway. Olson continues to run second. Terrence Spacek is 3rd. Trainer is 4th, and then it's Radetsky 5th. Bart Steffen, Lucas Koski, Tony Faulkner, Wayne Dean. And then it's Harrison, C.J. Wagner, Andrew Davis, Brett Myers, Mickey Anderson, and Danny Thomas making his way into the pit area in the T40. Nick Trainer continues to work the outside. He has tracked down the 22T of Terrence Spacek. Spacek is battling with Olson for 2nd. Terrence Spacek now going to look to the outside as he works on Eric Olson. Trainer way up over the cushion in the 40. He will hang on, but Radetsky will close in the 207. Kurt Myers just cruising out front in 1M. Mickey Anderson getting set to go a lap down to the 01 as Myers is there. Olson and Spacek going to battle for 2nd. Radetsky back to the inside of Trainer as they battle for 4th. Kurt Myers working through lap traffic down the back straightaway. He put Mickey Anderson a lap down. Going to work on the 27 of Brett Myers. C.J. Wagner, Andrew Davis, the next 2 in front of Myers, your leader. Spacek and Olson continue to battle for 2nd. Radetsky and Trainer are battling, and Bart Steffen closing in the 2. Laps winding down now for Kurt Myers, who's in heavy lap traffic once again. Myers going to look to the inside of C.J. Wagner down the back straightaway. Andrew Davis is there in the 20 as well, but Myers will go to the top this time by white flag waving one more time for Kurt Myers. Andrew Davis right in front of your race leader, Kurt Myers. Myers, your leader, going to the top into turn 3. Off of turn 4 for the 6th time this year. Your winner in 1M, Kurt Myers.
And Kurt Myers walking away handily to that race. Walking away handily.
As we're waiting for the roar of the engines to settle down a little bit.
Finishing third is Eric Olson in the 1E. Finishing second is Terrence Basic in the 22T. And your winner again, Kurt Myers in the 1M. As I said, take a watch out for him. He went ahead, took the lead early, and just walked away even through the caution flag. Or flags, I should say.
So, following the Super Stocks, we have the Wissota Pure Stocks coming up, and we're going to have all that action for you right after this pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We just had an incredible Midwest Super Stocks race. And your winner was Kurt Myers, and we're going to send it down to Brownie.
Also, in the Haas Incorporated Victory Lane here at Eagle Valley Speedway, you got to give it up for the 41M of Kurt Myers. Woo! Man, we got to get you one of those regular doors there, Kurt, so you can get out just like I do, you know?
I'm no kidding, eh?
Hey, nice race. Your car's a little bit behind you, but hey, I'll tell you what, great race on this tonight.
Oh, it helps when you start up there, too. I don't know. I ain't worth the crap on the bottom, and I don't know. It's good on the bottom on one end and good on top on the other, so we just dealt with it.
Well, last week, Eric got you at the last deal there, and you were way out front, and you started up front there too. So you can't take anything for granted. You're a good race car driver, but tell you what, Eric told me last week. He says, got to get Kurt on the last lap, because if you get him any time before the last lap, you're not going to win.
Well, and if you don't think I don't remember he passed me coming off before, you're wrong.
But you're a great race car driver, and a lot of people respect you, and they said that, like Eric did last week, he just says, it's a great honor to race with you and clean and to win. I mean, but you're a class act too.
Yeah, I'm glad Eric won. He doesn't usually even like to come and race here at all, so I was really glad to see him come here, and I'm glad to see him again today. And he's a good runner, and he's a class act on the bottom. I don't know. I wish I could race like that without ripping my nose piece off.
I'll tell you what, but tonight is your night, so hey, great job tonight. Anything else you want to add, Kurt?
No, I'm thirsty.
All right, give it up for the 1M of Kurt Myers here in the Haas Incorporated Victory Lane on Don Hazelton night. Back to you, Scott.
And Kurt Myers in the 1M taking the victory. We got the Pure Stocks coming up here next.
He's out of Chippewa Falls of the 92. And he is outside of the Chicago 101.
It's the Pure Stocks.
George Richards will start inside of the second row of Montgomery in the 5R. And he is outside of the
We did.
All right. We'll go ahead and get started with the lineups here for the Pure Stocks. Starting on the pole is Carl Knops out of Chippewa Falls in car 92.
Then Michael Grover from Chautauqua, Wisconsin in the 101.
George Richards on the inside of row 2 from Mondovi, Wisconsin in the 5R.
And then Brent Mindock from Prentice, Wisconsin in car 57.
Inside of row 3 is Rob Graybond from Bruce, Wisconsin in the 16.
Outside of row 3, James Ron from Hagen, Wisconsin in 23R.
Inside of row 4 is Ryan Clausen out of Prairie Farm, Wisconsin in the 21.
Then right outside of Ryan is Travis Hazelton out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, in car number 31.
Row 5 is Joey Prusak out of Port Orange, Florida in 66P.
Then Jeff Tisdale from Eau Claire in car 15.
Row 6 is led by Nicholas Hazelton out of Chippewa Falls in 2B.
Then outside of row 6 is Devin Fries from Phillips, Wisconsin. He's in 95F.
And rounding out the field is rookie Ryan Olson in the 1 car from Ladysmith, Wisconsin, starting 13th.
And so that's your field for the Pure Stocks. We have a 12-lap feature race, 13 cars, and one big tractor out there on the track.
Yeah, I suspect they're going to have a couple more laps of caution here. As that tractor actually has to go in a certain way, it seems, Rick. They only pull it into the center of the track on the back straight, so they typically park it there. They might go back and fill it up with water. And it looks like that pond out there today, Rick, was looking a little shallow.
Well, we haven't had rain for a few days, but maybe we'll get a little, and then my garden won't be quite so parched either.
The beauties of owning a home. They just got the 2 to go here. Rick, is there anybody that we need to watch in this race?
George Richards out of Mondovi in the 5R has been making a lot of noise the last couple weeks. And Rob Graybon did very well last week out of Bruce, Wisconsin.
And how about the points leader starting in 8th place there, Travis Hazelton?
And yeah, absolutely, and that'll be an interesting challenge coming off that 4th row to see how well he can work his way up through the pack and see what he can do with that.
And he definitely seemed to have some issues in the heat race earlier, so we'll see if he got that figured out. Or
they're still pointing them down to the inside to pack that down a little bit. So they're going to have at least another one around after this one.
And Rick, actually tonight, we've seen 2 points leaders in 2 different divisions have a little bit of issue. The 57 in the Wissota mods of Mike Anderson had a little bit of issues in his heat race. We'll see what happens with him here in a few minutes. And then we have Travis Hazelton here. So
our next equestrian event, hey folks, is going to be aired on NLWN-TV tomorrow night, August 4th, when we broadcast Open Equestrian Games from the Bit and Spur Saddle Club in Eau Claire. Now that was recorded yesterday. Now once again, that's the Open Equestrian Games from Bit and Spur Saddle Club in Eau Claire tomorrow night, August 4th, beginning at 6 o'clock right here on NLWN-TV.
And Rick...
And they still don't have the 1 to go.
No, they did just get the 2 to go. Let's give a shout out to our cameraman over here, Dan Petchow, as we call him affectionately Blue. Dan and Rick here will be calling the open games out there at Bit and Spur Club.
And kind of keeping an eye on Dan's wife, who messed up her knee with a horse about a week ago, and she's going to be the arena announcer at that. So yeah, well, for the Petchows anyway, it's all in the family.
And I grew up a few minutes down the road from Bit and Spur Club. I'll be your cameraman on Sunday, so Dan and I will just simply switch spots.
There you go.
We got the 1 to go. We're going to go ahead and send it back over to Scott Teeves for the call of this race.
So here we go with your 12-lap Pure Stock A-Main on EDI night. Green flag waving this time by. Knops will lead early. Hazelton is there along with James Ron in the 23. Going to try and go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Travis Hazelton trying to drive through the middle, Ron to the top, and Knops on the bottom. Carl Knops, James Ron, Travis Hazelton. Here comes Richards and Graybon to the inside of Grover as they drive down the back straightaway. Great battle out front. Travis Hazelton to the inside in 31. Travis Hazelton out front looking for his 6th of the year, trying to make it 4 in a row, will be your leader. Ron going to go to the inside. Rob Graybon back in the mix in the 16 as he works underneath the 92 of Knops. Travis Hazelton, James Ron. Rob Graybon, George Richards, Carl Knops, your first 5. Rob Graybon now to 2nd. Graybon smoking in the 16, see if he can hang on. Knops slow now down the back straightaway, see if Carl can limp off into the pits. We will stay green for Travis Hazelton in 31. Caution flag waves. Knops was slow on the back straightaway, finally makes it in, and we are under caution here in our Pure Stock A main. So 5 laps have been scored, 7 remain. So Travis Hazelton will get the 1 to go this time by. 5 laps in, 7 remain for Hazelton, Graybon, and James Ron. George Richards in the 66P of Joey Prusak, your first 3 rows. So I'll see if Travis Hazelton can make it 4 straight. 6th on the year. Caution lights will drop down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. Modified A main setting in the staging area, getting set to roll out next. Here we go. Travis Hazelton coming right at you once again from row 1. Travis Hazelton once again will jump out front. He'll stretch it on Rob Graybon. George Richards now to 3rd. James Ron back to 4th. And Joey Prusak is 5th. Travis Hazelton cruising out front once again in 31. Hazelton, Graybon, Richards, your first 3. Travis Hazelton's got it going on again tonight, your leader in 31. Rob Graybon still 2nd, continuing to smoke. George Richards is 3rd in that 5R. Then it's James Ron and Prusak. Mike Grover, Ryan Olson, Hazelton, Nicholas in the 2B, Devin Fries in the 95F. And then the 15 of Jeff Tisdale to round out your field. This time by white flag waving one more time for Travis Hazelton. Keep an eye on the battle for second. Rob Graybon trying to hold off George Richards. They're going to go side by side down the back straightaway. But your race leader into turn 3. He's going to drive off at turn 4 for the 6th time this year. Your winner at 31, Travis Hazelton.
And the 5R of George Richards taking second. And Rob Graybon in the 16 finishing third. And Rick, watching that race, Rob Graybon might be making a stop down to Baxter's race engine after this.
I think you might be right about that, because there was a lot of something coming out the back end of that car.
A whole lot of white smoke, which it's not always 100% science, but it tends to be a little bit of an overheating issue. And so, how about Travis Hazelton? 4 races in a row winning.
Yeah, he's got his car going.
George Richards second in points, finished right behind him. Hazelton had a 34-point lead that is going to be extended tonight after winning. And Hazelton has got it hooked up here as of late. Travis Hazelton is whipping some donuts down there on the go-kart track.
Hey, when you win 4 in a row, what the heck? You might as well do that.
Yeah, he's down there having some fun. Travis Hazelton from Chippewa Falls, about 15 minutes down the road here from Eagle Valley Speedway. We're going to see what Travis Hazelton has to say down in Victory Lane here in a second. Fans, we're very sorry for some of the mishaps with audio. We're working with it, and we're going to send it down to Brownie.
Hazelton night. All right. Give it up for the 31 of Travis Hazelton. Man, I'm getting to see you every week. I didn't see you for like 4 or 5 years, and I see you almost every week. This has got to feel good.
Yeah, it is, especially on tonight. It's a hard deal, but
well, I'll tell you what, with Don Hazelton night tonight, I mean, I know it's an emotional night for you and your family, but it's a great win.
Yep, this is a race I wanted to win all year, and we did it, so that's all I can ask for.
Well, I'll tell you what, appreciate you and your family coming out. Listen to those fans. Give it up for Travis Hazelton. Come on. Yeah, that's what it's all about. All right, anything else you want to add?
No, thanks everybody for coming out every week.
All right, well, in the Haas Incorporated Victory Lane, let's go. Give it up for Travis Hazelton.
And Rick, a thing that I think you and I neglected to mention, Travis Hazelton was related to Don Hazelton.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, this race has got to mean more than anything. Fans, we're going to have the Wissota Mods here coming up. We're going to take a quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And fans, we're back here. We're here for the co-main event, the Wissota Modified feature race. We're going to get you right up here real quick. Starting on the pole. In the number 93 from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, Mike Knops.
Then on the outside of row 1, out of Rice Lake, Wisconsin, and the 308 is Pat Hoffman.
On the inside of row 2 is Mike Hansen out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, in the 18.
And Mark Hansen won't mind that you said that he was Mike, but that's okay. Steve Hultquist is in the 27H. He's coming from Eau Claire.
And starting in the 5th place, and Nick Kaler. I'm sorry I mispronounced your name over 3 weeks. It's Nick Kaler out of Bloomer, Wisconsin in the 13.
And in car number 30 is Matt Lear out of Bruce, Wisconsin. Matt promised us last week when he won the feature that he'd be back this weekend. Here he is.
In 7th on the inside of row 8 is Clayton Wigeman from Ramsey, Minnesota in the 14W.
In 22T out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin is Michael Truscott.
Starting on the inside of row 5 is Corey Mater out of Outbound in the 55.
In the 57, on the outside of row 5, from right here in Jim Falls, Wisconsin, Mike Anderson.
On the inside of row 6, Mason McEvers out of Grantsburg, Wisconsin in the 18M.
Then Luke Schilling is on the outside of row 6 from Granton, Wisconsin, and in car 43.
Atkinson.
Mike Knops will lead early in the 93. Mark Hansen and Nick Kaler, your first three. Mike Knops has now got company in the 18 of Mark Hansen. Both those drivers looking for their second feature wins of the year. Kaler there now as well in the 13. Then it's Pat Hoffman. Clayton Wagaman going to go to the top where he likes it in the 14W. Then it's Matt Lear and Corey Mater to follow. And then it's Mike Anderson. Steve Hallquist with problems in the 27H. His night is over as he's down in the infield, but we will stay green for Mike Knops in 93. Mark Hansen. Nick Kaler going to jump to the outside of the 13. Mark Hansen going to do the same. Pat Hoffman is still forward. Kaler over the cushion and up into the wall. Wagaman will close now in the 14W. Nick Kaler slapped the wall in 3 and 4, lost his spot to Hoffman. And then it's Wagaman in the 14W, your first 5. Mike Knops rolling right through the middle of the Eagle Valley Speedway. Mark Hansen searching to the outside of the 18. Hoffman to 3rd, Kaler back to 4th. Wagaman is 5th. There's a Lear in the 55 of Corey Mater battle. Knops looking for his second feature win of the year. He started inside of row 1 and has stayed there. Mark Hansen still working the outside. Pat Hoffman having a great run. How about the 308 to 3rd, working the bottom. Pat Hoffman will close to the rear bumper of Mark Hansen. Hansen up top, Hoffman working the bottom. Knops will work to the outside as well in the 93. Great battle behind your top 3 heating up between Wagaman, Kaler, Lear, and Michael Truscott. Knops trying to drive into the Haas Incorporated victory lane for the second time this year. How about Pat Hoffman in the 308? Hoffman is coming to the front. Keep an eye on him. Mike Knops continues to lead, but a great battle behind him as Mark Hansen works outside. Pat Hoffman right down in the tires in the 308. Check out the battle behind him between Kaler, Lear, Wagaman, Michael Truscott. Mike Anderson and Corey Mater will battle for position. Mike Knops continues to lead, but Mark Hansen and Pat Hoffman are closing. Luke Schilling, lap traffic now in front of your leader. Mike Knaps in the 93 will continue to lead, but Mark Hansen and Pat Hoffman are there as they continue to work on the lap car of Luke Schilling. Trying to hang on for his second feature win of the year. Mark Hansen trying to do the same, and Hoffman looking for his first of the year in the 308. Pat Hoffman, let's see if he has anything for the 93 of Mike Knaps. This time by white flag waving. One to go for Mike Knaps. Schilling, a lap car in front of your leaders. Down the back straightaway, Mark Hansen to the outside. Off of turn 4, checkered flag waving high above the Eagle Valley Speedway for Mike Knaps.
And what a strategy Mike Knaps had. What a strategy Mike Knaps had, using the 43 lap car to hold off Pat Hoffman in the 308, and Mark Hansen finishing third in the 18.
Yeah, Pat Hoffman kept looking for ways to get around that 43 car of Luke Schilling, and he just barely found a way to get around him and able to capture second in that race. That's where the real interesting battle was, between second and third place, between Pat Hoffman and Mark Hansen. Hansen was in second most of the race, and Hoffman caught him at the end. And Mike Knaps had just enough to keep them in his rearview mirror for the extent of the race.
And it appears as if the winning vehicle of Mike Knaps in the 93 is headed to victory lane. Right now, I doubt we're going to see him whip some donuts like we watched Travis Hazelton do.
Boy, it almost looks like he's setting up to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he has the motivation that Travis Hazelton had. But as Mike Knaps sends it into victory lane, we're going to hand it off to Brownie for the victory lane interview.
Whole family's here tonight. What do you think of that, huh? You think of that race? What do you think of that one?
Good.
Good? That's all you can say? It's good? How about great?
Yeah.
Should we throw some water on them?
Sure.
Sure. You want to do it?
No.
You don't want to do it? You want me to do it for you? You want some water? All right. Here we go. In the Haas Incorporated Victory Lane here at Eagle Valley Speedway on Don Hazelton night. Give it up for the man, Mike Knaps. Man, what a great race. We talked about it earlier. You said, God, I want to see you again tonight, Brownie. And I said, okay, it sounds good. I'll be down there waiting for you with the mic. And here you are.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
I'll tell you what, that was a great race. They're catching you, though.
I bet.
I'll tell you what, it was great from start to finish. You know, just great hitting your marks, staying on top, boom, boom, boom. And, you know, even though those guys are coming up behind you, you just never give up. Even lap cars, that's tough.
It really was. When we came into lap traffic, I can definitely tell we were slowing down.
But what a great race for you. How about some sponsors?
I just got to thank them all. Thank my family and the whole crew here.
I'll tell you what, you got your kids here tonight. What do you think about this with Dad winning, huh? Is that pretty good?
It's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I like. That's what's fun down here. Anything else you want to add, Mike?
No, that's it, Brownie.
I'll tell you. That's it? All right. Well, give it up for Mike Kops, our feature winner here tonight in Oz Incorporated Victory Lane.
And it is, again, Don Hazelton night here out at the Eagle Valley Speedway. That was the Wissota Modifieds. We have the finale coming up, the Hornets. Right after this quick pit stop, you're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
Roll over. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. This is the main event. This is the Hornets. Starting on the pole is Jason Hegelson from Strum, Wisconsin in 59H. Starting second is Danny Halterman in that 221. Starting third is Jake Halterman in that 76. Both the Halterman boys are from Stanley, Wisconsin. Starting fourth is Brandon Geiter out of Mondovi, Wisconsin in the 20. Starting fifth, last week's winner, Derek Crumry in the 33 out of Eau Claire. In sixth is Jason Bauer out of Durand in the 14J. In seventh is William Volts from Glenwood City in the 41V. In eighth is Jocelyn Carruthers, the rookie out of Durand, Wisconsin, in car number 4. And rounding out the field is Randy Wiederholt from Rice Lake in 7W.
And last week, some of the most exciting action came right out of this Hornet class. And the heat race earlier was really close, and they've got the one to go, so we're ready to race a feature. Let's send it to Scott.
Danny looking for feature win number 3 on the year. That is your front row. Getting set to do it, Hornet A main. Green flag waving this time by. Jason Helgenson will lead early in the 59H. Brandon Glider is there in the 20, followed by Jason Bauer and Danny Halterman in the 221. Jason Helgenson continues to lead Brandon Glider. Jason Bauer, the 14J, is there as Danny Halterman battles with Derek Crumry. William Volts in the 41V, Jocelyn Carruthers in the 4, and then the 7W of Randy Wiederholt. Helgenson, Glider, Jason Bauer, your first 3. Great battle out front. Hornet A main. Brandon Glider going to look to the inside of Helgenson. Jason Bauer looking for an opening, and Derek Crumry is closing in the 33. Danny Halterman in the 221, and then William Volts in the 41V. Brandon Glider trying to drive into the Haas Incorporated victory lane. Jason Bauer is there now in the 14J. Bauer started outside of row 3. Brandon Glider started outside of the second row. Derek Crumry in the 33. Now to third. Jason Helgenson back to fourth. Crumry trying to go back to back and make it 3 on the year. Check that. Crumry looking for his 4th feature win of the year in 33. Brandon Glider, Jason Bauer, Derek Crumry, your first three, trying to put some distance on Jason Helgenson, William Volts, and the rest of the field. Great battle, Hornet A-Main, as Brandon Glider continues to lead. Glider, Bauer, Crumry, Helgenson, William Volts, your first five. Danny Halterman in the 221, Jocelyn Carruthers, and then the 7 of Randy Reederholt. White flag waving this time by. 1 to go for Brandon Glider. Here comes Derek Crumry. Crumry split, Bauer and Glider. He's going to go to work down the back straightaway. How about Derek Crumry? Crumry, Brandon Glider, side by side. Off a turn 4, checkered flag waving high above the speedway for Derek Crumry.
And Derek Crumry just holding steady, advancing through the field, passes the 20 car. Brandon Glider there coming out of turn 4. What a heck of a win there. Finishing third is the car of 14J of Jason Bauer
from Durand. John, that is a three-peat for Derek Crumry. 3 weeks in a row. Or if you were bowling, you'd call it a turkey.
Absolutely. And Derek Crumry headed down to victory lane already. We're going to send it down to Brownie.
Uh-oh, 2 laps to go. Here comes Derek. I'm going, nah, you don't have enough time. He's not going to be able to get there. And boom, 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 and there he goes. Well, give it up in the Haas Incorporated victory lane here at Eagle Valley Speedway on Don Hazelton night. Give it up for the 33 of Derek Crumry. Woo, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I'll tell you what. Where did you come from?
I don't even know. The openings came at the right time, and I took them, and it worked out well.
Well, they were banging and slamming in the front there, and I thought, no, you ain't going to got a chance because they're all going to maybe take each other out. But then all of a sudden you come up and boom, 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 hit your marks, and there you are.
Car felt great. I got a lot of help every week on this. Dad, I've never thanked him once, and I got to thank Dad a lot for being here every week with me and all week long getting the car ready. And got a buddy, Mitch Preisel, too. He's always there with me every week, too. So can't do without them.
Well, I'll tell you what, appreciate it. I know you got a lot of sponsors on here, and you know, you want to mention a couple?
I got to give a big thanks to Outlaw Auto Sales, Hide a While, Bar and Grill, Snap-on by Casey Faulkner, Sport Rider, Rick's Auto Care Center, Diesel Repair Shop, Steve's Hillcrest Truck and Auto, Conrad's Auto Salvage, PWS Pressure Washer Service, Avalon Septic. It keeps going on.
Oh, you got too many sponsors. You just keep going. You're going to add another sticker to that thing. How's that sound?
Heck yes.
There you go. Give it up for Derek Crumry, our feature winner here tonight in the Haas Incorporated victory lane at Eagle Valley Speedway on Don Hazelton tonight. I'm Brownie. Thanks a lot for everything. To wrap up the show, give it back to Scott.
Congratulations, Derek Crumry is 4th on the year, 3 straight.
Well, that's going to take care of our racing action tonight. And, John, it's been a pretty good night of racing.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better finish. Derek Crumry coming out of nowhere out of turn 4.
And take it right at the wire. That was pretty exciting. And I mentioned it going into that race last week. The Hornets provided a lot of excitement, and this week, some people call the Hornets a yawner, but we've got 2 weeks in a row now that it's been edge of your seat excitement. So, yeah, I'm a believer in the Hornets.
I am as well, and that's why I made a point of talking to the Hornet guys when I went down during intermission. I had an interesting conversation with Mr. Crumry, and he was saying the car felt great, and he kind of let it go a little bit in the heat race because he said the top 5 redraw for position anyway, so he might have made the right call, Rick.
That's true. Well, folks, stick around because even though we're done with racing action, we have Victory Lane coming up. Right after this brief pit stop, you've been watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous.
You've been watching Classic Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV. Classic Wissota Racing Action has been brought to you by Rock Solid Transport, getting the goods you need hauled to their destination, and by Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls, where you can watch the races with racers. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Victory Lane, where we'll review the results from the races we brought you tonight.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Time now for Victory Lane, where we take a look back at today's racing action. So now, back out to the Speedway and Victory Lane.
And welcome back to Victory Lane. And John, we're here at Eagle Valley Speedway, and we had a great night of racing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight. We finished it out with the Hornets, as always. We've had some moments tonight, Rick. We also will discuss a point change that's going to happen. We'll get to all the details right now. Rick, let's go ahead and recap the racing from tonight.
Well, let's take a look at that Hornet class again. In the heat race, that heat race was won by Jake Halterman out of Stanley in car 76. Following Halterman was Jason Hagelson in car 59H, and then coming in third was Brandon Gleiter out of Mondovi.
And winning the feature tonight, obviously, was Derek Crumrye. Finishing second was Brandon Gleiter, and finishing third was Jason Bauer.
That takes us to the Midwest mods, and we had two heats of Midwest mods. In heat number one, third place went to Dan Larson Jr. out of Eau Claire. Second place went to Steve Haas from Elk Mound. And first place went to Dylan Gato from Chippewa Falls. Then in the second heat, third place went to Shadow Kitchener out of Arkansas. That's Arkansas, Wisconsin. Second place went to Austin Ellis from Rice Lake. And first place went to Craig Haas from Thorpe.
Winning that race, finishing third was the 23 Double D out of Wakefield, Michigan, George Dahlbach. Finishing second in that race in the 12 from Thorpe, Wisconsin was Craig Haas, and winning that race was the 80 out of Thorpe, Wisconsin of Derek Haas.
Then in the Wissota Modifieds, we had two heats there as well. Coming in third place was Mark Hansen from Chippewa Falls in car 18. Coming in second was Steve Hallquist out of Eau Claire, and winning the first heat was Nick Taylor from Bloomer in car 13. Then in heat number two, third place went to Clayton Wegeman from Ramsey, Minnesota. Matt Lear from Bruce, Wisconsin took second, and taking first place in heat number two was Mike Knox. And how about the feature, John?
Finishing third in that in car number 18 out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin was Mark Hansen. Finishing second in car 308 out of Rice Lake, Wisconsin was Matt Hoffman. And winning that race in the 93 from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin was Mike Knox.
Well, unfortunately, at this time, the power went out in our broadcast facility at Eagle Valley Speedway, but I will finish up the race summaries for you. We go to the Wissota Pure Stocks, and in the first heat, taking third place was Rob Grabon from Bruce. Second place went to Travis Hazelton from Chippewa Falls, and first place to George Richards from Mondovi in the car 5R. In heat number two, third place went to Ryan Clausen from Prairie Farm. Second place to Michael Grover from Chautauqua, and first place to Carl's Knops from Chippewa Falls in car 92. So in the Wissota Pure Stock feature, Third place went to Rob Graybon out of Bruce. Second place to George Richards from Mondovi. And first place went to Travis Hazelton from Chippewa Falls in car 31. In the street stocks, we had 3 heat races in the street stocks. In heat number 1, Danny Richards from Mondovi captured third place. Second place went to Andrew Hansen from Iron River, Wisconsin. And first place to Cody Coomer from Medford, Wisconsin. In heat number 2, Doug Wojciech from Ladysmith took third place. Second place went to Parker Anderson from Phillips, and first place to Colby Keel from Barron, and he was in the car 9K. In heat number 3, third place was James Clausen from Barron. Then in second place, Travis Lowe from Barron, and in first place, Adam Soltis from Ladysmith, driving car number 9. In the street stock feature, third place went to Doug Wojciech from Ladysmith. Second place to Adam Soltis from Ladysmith. And first place to Andrew Hansen from Iron River, Wisconsin in car number 20. And then we have the Super Stocks. In the first heat, and we had 2 heats of Super Stocks. In the first heat, we had Danny Thomas from Knapp in the T40. He took third place. Second place went to Wayne Dean from Eau Claire. And first place, Nick Trainer from Barron in car 40. In heat number 2, we had Lucas Koski from New Richmond taking third place. Second place went to Kurt Myers from Cameron. And first place went to Jesse Radetsky from Eau Claire in the 207. So that takes us to the Super Stock feature. Third place went to Eric Olson out of Ladysmith. Second place, Terrence Spacek from Phillips. And first place went to Kurt Myers from Cameron in the car 1M. And that's going to wrap it up for Victory Lane. Don't forget, join us next Monday night. And that would be August 10th for more Wissota Racing action right here from the Eagle Valley Speedway. For John Fellens and Dan Petchow, this is Rick Olson. Good night, everyone.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
You've been watching Victory Lane with a look back at today's racing action. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.